And we're off! This episode of Living in Las Vegas is brought to you by Mitch Fulfer of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, selling homes all across the valley. Living in Las Vegas starts now.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada, that groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas
Yes,
podcast.
it is!
Incoming!
Stub my toe.
And now your host,
Yes.
a man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was.
Oh, singer brother Scott, eh?
Mr. Scott Whitney. Welcome, everybody, to the Living in Las Vegas podcast here on the Vegas Video Network. Hey, you know what? I want to congratulate you guys out there because you're watching or listening to the longest running podcast about Vegas that actually originates from Vegas, which means that we're going to be talking about not just what it's like to live here, but adventures downtown, Fremont Street, the Strip, other cool places here in the Valley. And by the way, if you're a fan, you're a tourist, wait. You might even be thinking of moving here. Well, guess what? This show's like your own secret handshake to all things cool and groovy. Hey, our free show happens on the first and third Tuesday evening of every month at 7 o'clock Pacific time at VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. VegasVideoNetwork.com/ we should coordinate that. /live. I'm going to invite you to come on over. Come on over, everybody. Get here in the live chat. Why? The nicest people you're ever going to meet. Well, look, there they are right now. I can see, what?
Oh, so that's a lot.
Mike, and I can see Huron and Frank and Don and Pops and, Jags and Phrase, all kinds of groovy people. And here's the greatest thing about this. Sure, you'll meet a nice bunch of coconuts in the live chat. You're in there. Hell, I'm in there. It's more, though. It's behind the scenes. So we start the show at 7 o'clock. We end at 8, but there's more to it. Pre-show, you bet. Want to see how the sausage is being made? Yeah, come on in. Watch us do stuff. Watch us talk a little bit about the Vegas Golden Knights tonight. And then at 8 o'clock, we're done with the show. But are we done with the live broadcast? No. Then we become Vegas Video Network After Dark, VVN 2.0. Then we talk about things off the record. There are some things that Wayne and I want to tell you, but we just don't want people to actually know we've told you. So the people who in the live chat get to be a part of that. So check it out.
VVN 2.0 After Dark brought to you by New Tech. Literally, when they say it's over,
it's over. Hey, by the way, I'm your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa, buenas noches, how you doing, hot stuff? I am the founder of the Vegas Video Network, so on behalf of all the shows here, thanks for watching and taking care of us. And on behalf of this groovy little podcast, we want to thank you for playing along as well. Hey, a brand new homeowner, look at him. He seems happy enough, but he's a little tired still because he's actually doing labor. Everybody, it's Pimpin' Wayne.
Seriously, I mean, look at me. I'm way too pretty to work this hard, so... Thank you, though, for the thoughts and prayers.
And a shout out to Canadians because they like him more than any other person in Las Vegas. A big shout out, speaking of shout outs, to new in the live chat, James in Baltimore. That is his nom de plume. His name's
Simple, it's to the point.
James.
And he's in
Baltimore.
Look at that.
He discovered us on the YouTube back
James is a real straight shooter.
James is a good man. He's not messing around. He's not doing some crazy thing like Huron Design or Jags or, Nipple Pincher 125, which used to be my tagline. And he, YouTube, August to September 2017, and he's still keeping up with us. So welcome, James, to the live chat. Okay. I think we're ready to get started on the big shoe. Let's do this. Well, you know,
That's the biggest waste of time.
I love that. It makes me happy. It kind of that's when I do my nipple thing.
Amazingly, 124 people thought of that nickname before you.
Which one? Nipple 125? Did you just look it up? You're
No,
weird.
the fact that you're 125.
Oh, right. Okay. That's funny. Jeez. Okay. The weather outside is not frightful.
Well, not in Las Vegas.
The weather outside has gotten muy betoro, which is Spanish for muy better.
Oh.
I believe that's the right I could be wrong there. And as a result, things are happening. Things are groovy. Things are happy. And people are writing about the happiness outside. For example, RJ, Review Journal reporter and previous VVN host, Al Mancini, wrote an article about bars and drinking outside. And then I got an email from Bill, 98036, saying, hey, it'd be kind of cool if you guys did a little talk about bars and outdoor drinking and stuff, because you probably know more about that than other people. I'm like, that's interesting. So we're going to be talking about my favorite outdoor bars in Las Vegas, or Las Vegas al fresco el drinko. Fantastic.
Al fresco.
Al fresco means to dine in the air.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
You're welcome.
All right.
Okay. I like to teach. I'm a teacher at heart.
Well, those who can do and those who can't teach.
I can do both because I'm magical. So we're going to do this. We're going to be talking about three major things for each one of these properties: the view,
Okay.
the vibe,
Very
and
important.
the value. It's
All
the
right.
three V's. View, vibe, value. That's what
All
we're going to be
important.
talking about. Oh, of course it is. It's fantastic. Okay, we're going to start from the west and move our way, not all the way east, because as we've discovered in the pre-show, there's no answer to some of the east. And we're going to go kind of south, but not real south, because as we've learned in the pre-show, there's no answer. But we're going to start from the west. We're going to go over to the beautiful downtown Summerlin, which is a hit. The kids love the downtown Summerlin.
Well,
you spend
not
time
that much,
down there.
though. Well, I shouldn't say not that much.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Downtown Summerlin's got a saturation problem right now. I don't want to hijack
Well, you're
the topic.
hijacking the topic already.
But no, continue on. I mean, I'm sure you're going to name some very nice places.
We'll name two.
But they've had some attrition lately.
Have they?
Fogo
so
de
let's
Chao?
let's
Okay.
let's really. Oh, that place went.
That place
But
went?
that place has gone. Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Actually, they had horrible service there.
Really?
Oh, we
I had lunch
went there
one time.
once, and
good.
it was actually.
well, let's bookend
it was comedically bad. How because we like that place, but isn't that ever at Mirage as well?
No, it's a fashion. Or excuse me, it's on like Flamingo.
Oh, what's
on
the
east side of
one
town.
in Mirage that has that kind of meaty thing?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, it was a shit show. Okay, we should come back to
yeah.
that because that's interesting. Okay, so my first place in downtown Summerlin for outside dining is, 702 Public School. So here's a view of it. By the way, if you're listening to us, this is a good show for you to actually watch the video so you can actually see what we're talking about. So I really like that kind of vibe, the open air, where you've got both the pub table-y stuff, and the couches and all that kind of neat stuff. Love it. What's also cool about this particular place is it's on the second floor. So you're looking over all of downtown Summerlin, kind of the north part of downtown Summerlin. So there's a restaurant area there, and I think they call it an Aurora or whatever.
Dining Arroyo.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
And so I really like this place. So good view, good vibe, really good bartenders. They really know their stuff there. And value, how about this? Monday through Friday, happy hours, 3 to 7 p.m. So that's a pretty long happy hour as far as happy hours go. Drinks, $5 drafts, $5 wells, $10 red and white wine carafes.
Carafes, right?
Or it's carafes.
Is it carafes?
You can call it
Oh,
carafes.
no, it's carafes.
Tomatoes, potatoes, potatoes.
Arroyo.
Let's
yeah.
cut the whole thing off. And the $15 Dean's List carafe and $4 to $7 menu. So $5 draft beer, that's not great.
No.
It's not great. That means that they're probably about $8-ish is my guess, is where they're kind of hanging out. So is that great for off-strip? It's not. But I will tell you, in that location, a great view. The place that was my favorite view before that was a place called, and I can't pronounce this to save my life, but it's Trattoria. So it's an Italian restaurant. Trattoria Reggiano. It's an Italian restaurant.
Okay.
Right. So this is located just west of the theater there, the Regal Theater, which, by the way, is my favorite theater in all of Las Vegas. They have the chairs, and you can have a
everyone's
drink.
got that now.
Well, yeah, but it's pretty nice, pretty cool, pretty happening, small, intimate. It's lovely. It's very lovely. Okay. So it's right west of that. I like this place because you can kind of see it there on the right, or on the right side. It's a raised bar, so you're in high bar stools, and you can basically see over one of the busier intersections in there. So it's a great people watching place because you got people coming out of the theater, you got people coming out of what's called Dave and Buster's, I think it's called. So
Dave and Buster's. You've been in Dave and Buster's, right?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
So people coming out of there is kind of fun to watch. There's live music there. And usually it's just kind of the single jazzy piano guy or the jazzy trio, which I really like. And I've seen some amazing musicians there. Now, I'm not sure if they're still doing live music, but they should be because, man, that was cool. About value, Monday through Friday, happy hour.
Okay.
4 to 7.
Okay.
Not terrible.
No.
Drinks, 2 for 1.
All right.
Except beers, house wines, well drinks. So you can't get Crown and Diet for 2 to 1 probably, but well drinks. That's not terrible. Okay, let's move on down to downtown Las Vegas. We're going to start with Fremont Street Experience, one of my favorite places ever. Now, there's a lot of places to drink outdoor on Fremont Street. So this is kind of tough. For example, Golden Nugget has a place, and I forget the name of that bar.
It just changed. It was Gold Diggers.
That's right. No. You're talking about the one on top. Actually, that's a good one as well. But there's one on the bottom
there's one. Yeah.
And I forget the name of it. And we've had a couple Haddams there, as a matter of fact. And it's good, but it's really small, and it's hard to get a seat there. So cool vibe, but hard to get a seat. My pick for Fremont Street is Whiskey Liquors Bar. Now, what I like about this is, again, I like places. This is actually a great picture of this. I like the high top place where you're right on a rail where you can look out and see the people. So it's great people watching. But what's also nice is the location. So that's right next to I think it's stage 1 or the First Street stage. So if there's a band playing there, which is right off to the left of that picture, you have what are in essence VIP seats for a concert. So if you've been to the third stage, which is right next to D, if you go there, you'll see VIP seats there, and you have to be a VIP to see those stuff. But those seats right here are basically the same seats, and you just got to sit there before the band starts, in essence. Love that. They're also really well known for being a heavy pour bar. So if you go to that bar and you ask for Crown and Diet, you're going to get a lot of Crown and just a little bit of Diet. So any kind of deal on their pricing, it's Fremont Street. It's going to be better than anywhere else probably anyway, so just go and have a drink there. Honorable mention for FSE, for Fremont Street Experience, is Four Queens. They have a nice outdoor place as well, but you're seated on the ground.
Oh, and you're facing the building, right?
Well, you can face out to Fremont Street Experience, but you're not raised. So if anything's going on there, you get kind of covered by that. And it's right by the 3rd Street the stage. But again, you're way low, so it's actually not as good as the Whiskey Liquor play. Okay?
Yeah, him and I enjoy the what used to be McMullen's, maybe the pint down at the end.
Actually,
the Grill.
You know what? I missed that one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So it's right at the end of it's on is that 4th Street? No, that's not. It's Las Vegas Boulevard.
Right.
So Las Vegas Boulevard, that's a good one. Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street.
Yep.
It's a raised deal as well, right across from Heart Attack Grill. So you get to see everything. And by the way, that intersection is crazy. All kinds of, that's where the street performers officially begin. So you get to see all that crazy shit. You get to watch people weigh themselves.
Yep.
Over at the Heart Attack Grill,
which is a riot in itself.
Plus, you get to watch people moving into Fremont East, which is and that's actually a great view of looking into Fremont Street or Fremont East as well. Good call, nicely done. Okay, you're in. All right, let's go. Speaking of Fremont East, let's go to Fremont East. This place is, from the outside, doesn't look terribly impressive, and I think the locals kind of know about it. Well, clearly they do. But I don't think tourists get this, and it's a shame because it's a real nice property. It's called Park on Fremont. The outside, this looks normal, but this picture is in their area in the back. which is, as you can see, really pretty.
Yeah, that's...
It's beautiful. Now, of course, there's been a little enhancement to that photo, one might argue.
Filtered, perhaps?
Maybe a hair. No filter. Hashtag no filter. Bullshit. There's a filter on that. However, it's gorgeous. So we've taken a few of our friends who've come into town to this place because it's just pretty a cool off-the-beaten-path feel to it, but it's right on Fremont East. It's this intimate vibe as well, which I like. Any deals there? Yep. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 4 to 7. They have a featured deal, which is $3 well drinks, already a better deal than we talked about. $4 domestic drafts and $5 on craft draft beers and $6 on appetizers. Okay. Next place is a bar that a lot of people go to. It's well known. But most people don't recognize that they can go to this location. So this is Commonwealth. And if you look at this picture, I took this picture specifically because it shows what I'm talking about. So Commonwealth, you walk in and most people just hang out on the first floor, but there's some stairs going up on the left side that take you up to this patio on the second floor. You can see the rails up there. And it's an amazing view. Now, Commonwealth is the bar that has the laundry room into it. Mm-hmm. Remember, the laundry room is that bar that you have to have a password. Basically, you have to text them, and it's a secret text number. It's not that secret. Just go to the website. It's at the bottom of the website. You text that number, and then they give you a reservation. And I think it maybe holds 12 people. Mm-hmm. You have to shut the fuck up. So we got yelled at a lot for being loud in there, and all that kind of stuff. But you go up, and you've got a view of that corner. So there is I just forgot the name of that theater across the street. Shit.
Is it Crave?
No. Oh, Enclave? No, it's it doesn't matter. And then I just forgot half the what's that casino across the way from there? El Cortez.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's on the corner of El Cortez. So another really cool place to kind of hang out and look over and drink and party, and they've got a separate bar at the upper location, so you don't have to go down or you don't have to wait for a waitress to come down or come up after going down to the bar. There's a separate bar up there. So I really like that, and it's usually open. It's usually not a lot of people up there, so it's kind of a secret. So check that out. Deals that they have Tuesday through Friday. Nobody drinks for free on Monday. Tuesday through Friday, 6 to 9 p.m., $3 Coors, Bud Light, and PBRs, $3 house whiskey, gin, tequila, Svedka vodka, and Bacardi. Not terrible. No. Not terrible.
Well, something for everyone there.
Plus, you can get $5 house wines or Dos Equis. What do you think of that?
I think that's Spanish for 2 X's.
What's your favorite bar on the downtown?
In the downtown area?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not outside.
Where is it?
Downtown cocktail room.
Yep. It's a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
What do you like about that place?
I like the vibe. You're not going to get value there. So that V strikes, it gets stricken off.
Really good bartenders.
Absolutely.
That's the
you get what you pay for.
That's
you can say I like nutmeg and cinnamon.
That's right.
And they're just like
and that's
there you go.
There's more of that happening. So the laundry room is like that, Dorsey's like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of, to me, that's super fun. Because, I like smoky, I like sour, and I like evil. Go ahead and do something.
Right.
See what you're made of.
Yeah.
And they're like, here's this, try this. Holy shit, it's evil, sour, and smoky. You're my god.
Right.
It's fantastic.
Oh, it's fantastic. The vibe is great. It's comfortable.
Yeah. A lot of people like that property. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll go down to the strip. Hey, real quick, let's talk about my good friend Mitch over at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Again, this is a guy who, whether you're a buyer or a seller, I want to talk a little bit about him selling my house in Aliante. Remember I told you before that he was able to get that house sold in a couple hours, but then those guys kind of fell out. We put it back on the market, sold in 45 minutes for more money. Part of the reason why I think this worked out so well for us is who he brings in with him. So he brought in the photographer who does all the photography for Luxury Las Vegas and a couple other high-end magazines here. And I thought in the beginning, probably doesn't matter. Wrong. So I got to watch this guy take these pictures. I'm like, well, that's an interesting shot. And that's an angle that I've never shot before in this house. I wonder why he did this. And then he sent these pictures to us, and we had the flyers and the webs. And holy shit, that house looked amazing. And it's because Mitch knows his stuff. So check out his website. It's mitchfulfer.com, MITCHFULFER.com. Whether you're buying or selling, this is the guy you want to hang out with. All right, let's go to the Strip. First place on the Strip, we're going to go from the north to the south.
Okay.
It's one of my...
And the north typically doesn't get a lot of love.
It does not, but I like, well, it's pseudo-north.
Okay.
Not real north, but north-ish.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this first place is a place that I bring a lot of Have a Drink on Me winners to, and that is El Segundo Sol. And what you're seeing here is a picture from the street. So you can see where this is at. So this is at Fashion Show, which is that mall at the northwest corner. This is under Maggiano's. You actually can see in that picture the Maggiano sign. And below that is the restaurant that we don't speak of anymore.
Maggiano's, though, fantastic. Have you had Maggiano's?
I love Maggiano's.
You ever gotten the family style there?
Oh, but that's what you have to do.
Right.
You just got to do family style.
Yep.
And the salads, to die for.
Yeah.
Right. You don't get this by not eating this couple salads. So what I like about El Segundo Sol is a number of things. First, location, pretty cool for those of us on the west side. But the vibe is great. So my favorite ethnic restaurant is Mexican restaurant. So El Segundo Sol, Mexican. Check. So good food. Drinks are great. The location is fantastic. So it's a raised thing. And you're going to see that this is a theme for me on the Strip. I want to be raised so I can look down on the Strip and not have people walk in front of me. So this is raised. It's right across the street from Wynn. So it's still in the Strip area. It's not too north. You still get traffic, so you get to see people driving around and strippers on buses. And I've seen all that stuff at El Segundo Sol.
Pretty soon it'll be across the street from the Elaine.
That's funny. And some good deals. Every day, 4 to 7 o'clock. $3 for 2-bite tacos, $5 for nachos, $6 for quesadillas, $3 for Bud Light, $3 for a beer on the Strip. Hard to find. Pretty good. $4 for well drinks. And I'm going to recommend the $5.50 margaritas. That's what we get when we go there for happy hour. They are muy bueno, as the kids say.
Are they frozen or over ice?
I can do both.
Oh, okay.
We do over ice because, we're adults.
Right.
The only frozen margarita I have is the Devil's Margarita, served at Arches at Whitney Villa.
Oh, really? Even when you go to like Mexican resort beach town, you don't get any frozen drinks?
Oh, well, if it's Tuesday, it's purple drinks. Because you can do that at the place. What's that purple one? I'll have that. Tell me how that goes. Fantastic. All right, moving forward, just a little bit south. Not much. I'm going to say about 200 feet south. It's a place called Davidoff of Geneva Cigar Bar. So you can see there's Wynn off the corner over there. And this is in the same thing. It's right in front of Fashion Show as well. This is part of that update they did on Fashion Show. So when Fashion Show was first built, first of all, when I first moved here, there's this big disc out that looks like a saucer, a flying saucer. And I had no idea what this thing was. I had no idea it was a mall. Of course, Melissa knew it was a mall because it's a mall.
Right.
But I like,
it's got Nordstrom's in it.
What the fuck is this? So the outside of that now has been completely rebuilt. So there's a whole bunch of restaurants out there, including Davidoff's. Really fantastic view. So even higher than El Segundo Sol and even closer to the street. You can literally throw a cigar 5 feet and it would arc and hit the street. Pretty cool. What's also surprising about this place, I thought they were going to play this snooty kind of, we're better than you, we don't do deals kind of nonsense. It's literally the opposite of that for these guys. So happy hour Sunday through Thursday, 5 to 7, 50% off selected wines, complimentary champagne for the ladies.
Oh, okay. You knew there was a catch there.
Which is sexist. But do you really want equality? I don't. I like to open doors for people. I like to have sex with women.
Yeah. So I enjoy free alcohol too.
Yeah. So, well, then wear a fucking dress. 50% off of specialty drinks. Specialty drinks. 50% off. Fantastic. 50% off of selected spirits, draft, and domestic beers. But wait, there's more. They have the Vacationer Special. Ooh, Vacationer Special. I'm in. Every day from 12 to 2 p.m., 50% off Bloody Marys, 50% off draft beers, mimosa, and champagne. They want your business.
They do. Now, the cynic in me is a little scared because that's obviously off a regular price. So what's the regular price to start with?
Oh, who knows?
Right.
But it's not scary strip pricing. But even if it was, so $18 for their best drink, because that's typically the best drink price is $18. So it's $9 on the strip with that view. Check. I mean, that's part of what you're paying for. By the way, that is part of what you're paying for on the strip. You're paying for all of this magic. You know, so it's okay to pay a little extra because I get to watch people and doing stuff and sounds, and I'm okay with that. I've always been okay with that.
But wouldn't you? I'm going to pose a question to you though. Wouldn't you say that the when you talk about looking out and the magic and people going by, you would have to admit that people watching is better on Fremont Street.
It's different on Fremont Street. It's very different.
I would agree different. I would say it's better though.
Well, so what's your definition of better?
It's more varied. You'll see more things you've probably never seen before in your life. Some things might entertain you. Some things might scare you. I mean, granted, I've never seen the drunkest Asian lady in my life on Fremont Street.
We saw that where?
That was on
Caesar's
the Strip.
Palace.
But
Inside
you do get quite a juxtaposition amongst people.
Don't disagree. Different though. So if I'm looking for, salt of the earth kind of watching, Fremont Street. You get everybody there, and it gets a little off the rails still to this day.
Sure.
My favorite sign in the world is on the Strip. So I like watching that wind thing go up and down. I think that's a great sign. It's been a great sign forever. There's bigger signs on there now. That's still the best sign on the Strip. I can watch that fucking thing for an hour. I have. Man, that's fantastic. They're still doing that golf ball thing, and I still think it's funny. It's greatly done. My God. Oh, LiLV. Yes, it's clever with the water. So I like that too. And there is a different class of people walking up and down the Strip. And that's fun to watch as well. So you'll see more people on the Strip, more women in high-heeled shoes who have no business walking in high-heeled shoes on the Strip.
You will. Now more towards the middle south end.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But that happens on Fremont Street, and not so much of that.
You're right.
You have a lot more of guys with the beer belly kind of hanging and going, hey, you, NASCAR! Which, hey, fun to watch.
Right.
I miss the NASCAR experience at Sahara.
Yeah, left turns are awesome.
But I like them both. It just depends on what mood I am in. Okay, let's keep going souther. Now we're going to a place that I have been to many times. I've done a couple Haddams there. As a matter of fact, we did a very large Vegas Video Network meetup there, and that is Rumbar over at the Mirage. So this is a picture of it as you're pulling into the driveway area of Mirage, and it's actually a pretty cool location. This doesn't really have a strip view. So you can't see the strip because there's a bunch of trees and jungly shit all over the place and stuff. What it does have, though, is an amazing view of their volcano. Holy shit. Now, upside, volcano.
Right.
Explosion, fire, water. Downside, it only happens, I think, once a night now.
Yeah, they've cut that puppy back.
Yeah, so
natural gas apparently is expensive.
Right, so they improved it and then didn't do much of it.
Yeah.
That seems bad.
Yeah, it used to be every half hour or so, and now I think it's
once.
I think it's every other hour. It's like 7, 9, and 11.
If it's that often, actually, if somebody could look at that on the live chat and see how often, I think it's just once a night.
No, I think it's 3 times.
Is it?
It's every other hour.
Well, that's better than I thought. Actually, I feel better about this recommendation because you have at least 3 chances of seeing it at night. But when it happens and you're there, man, it's cool.
It is.
Plus, if you are a cigar person, which I know Wayne is a cigar person, the Davidoff's thing, I know the one problem I had with that place is that the cigars are a little pricey. At Rum Bar, it's also a cigar bar, And they have an amazing deal for their House Select cigars, which I'll talk about in a second. So what's their value? Every day, 2 to 6 p.m., drinks, $5. Selected drinks on the strip, $5. Pretty good for that kind of view. They also have a thing called a $10 drink called The Edge by Rocky Patel. Anybody know who Rocky Patel is?
No.
No one does.
I know who The Edge is.
I know who the guitar player for
Right.
the U2. Okay. $25 buckets of Coors Light or Cruzan pitcher, and then $8 cigars. That's cheap
Yeah.
for a cigar.
By the way, the Volcano, Sunday through Thursday, 8, 9 p.m.
Twos.
Friday through Saturday, 8, 9, and a late 10 p.m. showing.
So 3 times a week and then 2 times a week, depending on the day. Well, that's interesting
but,
to
like,
know.
seriously, come on. Like
It's a damn
10
shame.
o'clock, the strip shuts down.
It's a
What's
damn
the last
shame.
call? Like, you can't light the Volcano at 11 p.m.
If you were to, I would say that's arguably my favorite free thing on the strip. Bellagio Fountain, Volcano.
Well, because it's arguably one of the last free things left.
Well, but I'm talking about like the fountain, which is it's arguably the most iconic thing on the strip. You know, we brought our family in-laws in, and we took them there, and they were just awestruck. I would have liked to take them to the Volcano, but fuck, I only think it happened once. I didn't know what was going to go on. But that Volcano, and it's updated, by the way. It's not the same Volcano that they had when they first built that place. They redid everything.
Yep.
The water, the fire, the sound. It's fantastic. I really, really like it. That, by the way, was a close first second to the original Treasure Island boat thing.
Rest in peace. Now it's CVS.
Yeah.
Let's not kid her.
Fun
Before
stuff.
it was a CVS, it was not. It was terrible.
It was
They
a
had
TI.
really
What was
made
it? The sirens.
The sirens of TI.
Horrible.
But at least better than CVS. I think we can agree.
Agreed. Walmart would have been better. But yeah, so it was Magic, and then they thought, well, Magic's no good. Let's not do Magic. Let's do Sirens of TI. That's a good idea. Shit show, Table for One. Yeah, and then we're like, well, maybe we'll sell out and we'll give the front of it to
CVS
and
Stonies.
Yeah, no,
Senor Frogs.
yes. Let's go ahead and sell the entire front of our casino to Senior Frog, Stonies, and CVS.
Yeah.
What's that sound you hear?
Phil Ruffin going to the bank.
And angels crying. Angels losing their wings. Some angels get a wing. Those people were losing their wings. So I'm not very happy with that. Okay, moving forward. Here is, I think I've said many times on this show, probably my favorite view for drinking on the strip. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Cabo Wabo. Love this place. Why, Mr. Whitney? How about the view? That Bellagio Fountain. Oh, sure, it's number 2 against the Volcano, but it's still the Bellagio Fountain, and I'm right across the street. Unobstructed view. I don't care if there's one person on the strip or 200,000 people on the strip. That place has an unobstructed view of the Bellagio Fountains. Wait a minute, I like to look at people. Fantastic. Do you want them to be taller than you? Nope. Hey, look at this place. They are below my feet as they walk by me, and I look down upon them. View, great. Vibe. You know what? I think I mentioned that I like the Mexican restaurants before. Cabo Wabo. Come to find out, it's a Mexican vibe.
Really?
Win.
Oh,
Done.
I would have went with Portuguese.
Sammy Hagar is kind of a Mexican thing going on. Okay, and then value, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m., daily drink and beer shots starting at Cinco De
Okay.
Cinco de Nero.
For factoring in the location, because you're prime center strip right there.
You're right in the heart of it.
Right.
Right there. That's it.
Despite the fact that Bally's slogan is center of the action.
Yeah. By the way, I'm building a live broadcast studio in Bally's.
Oh, good for you.
As we speak.
But let's talk about value. $5 beers, yes, but even more importantly, and you haven't mentioned this, Scott, free parking.
Oh, well put. For everybody?
At Planet Hollywood, yep.
Really? Well, good for them. Really?
Yeah.
That's nice. I'm surprised by that.
Because of the mall.
Muy bueno. And $3 street tacos. So have a little bit of boob, maybe some bucket of beer, watch Bellagio, people walking below you. Can't beat that. Let's continue on. Let's go to the news place on this list. We're going to go down to Park Avenue, heading on down by the T-Mobile. This is where all the kids go.
Oh, this is... Oh, boy.
Where are we going?
Oh, your head's about to explode,
Here's
Scott.
where everybody says. Everybody says beer house. And everybody's list on Mancini's list, it was beer house. I did some research. I think 3 other places said beer house. And I get it. It's fun. It's you know, there's
you get
benches.
But everybody in the live chat, everybody listening on Apple, Stitcher, Roku, TuneIn, and 43 other million platforms didn't come to hear Beer House.
No, they heard it come.
CPK.
That's right. Good. Nicely done. Very well done. I'm going to give you some applause. CPK. The problem with the bench, and this is a picture. This is a street view picture. So CPK is on the left side, California Pizza Kitchen. You can see Beer House over there. So Beer House is fun. You know what it is? It's like being in a frat house. It's just like that. So there's the benches and giant Jenga and people playing cornhole. It's great if you're 23. But if you're trying to, again, see around you, you got people literally walking by you and brushing up against you while you're on your bench. I don't like that. And by the way, the food there, it's not that great. I mean, it's a brat or whatever those damn things are called. It's really not that fantastic. All right, I'll have some French fries. Okay, and then you have California Pizza Kitchen. Okay, what do I like? Raised areas. I'm higher and above everybody who's walking by me. And as you can see there, it's a raised area. California Pizza Kitchen, good pizza, good drinks, strong drinks. So you can't beat that. Before I end this piece here, it was 2 things. First, we were going to talk about Hendertucky, and I gave Wayne a chance to come up with a place. He had nothing. Here's another thing, though. You may have been thinking to yourself, wait a minute, Scott, I'm aware of this beer park thing by Paris on the 2nd floor. It's also right across the street from the Bellagio Fountain. It's got to have a great view. And I've seen pictures. It's got a nice vibe. It's an outdoor vibey kind of thing. It's like beer pub park, whatever that place is called, but without the people walking by. Why wouldn't you pick that one, Wayne?
Because that particular establishment, along with a handful of others, I'm assuming has made your naughty list. And the reason for that is because, much like everything else these days, where people feel like they're getting taken advantage of, nickel and dime to death, and where a lot of people say Vegas has just lost its cool, these establishments have decided that, you know what, they appreciate your patronage, just not that much.
I like where you're going with this. This is funny.
Where not only will you come in and, you'll order off the menu and pay the price that's on the menu, but
which
also,
is not cheap.
Just for coming in, just for you, a one-time only deal, we're going to add an extra fee to your bill.
You're killing me,
That's
Smalls.
right. These fuckers have, I think they called it an entertainment tax or
CNF,
some
concession and...
Look at you knowing this.
Something fee.
Yeah. So, were you with me when I went to there? What's the place below Beer Park? It used to be Sugar Factory, but now it's something else. Yeah. And it's a good restaurant.
Sugar Factory was good. Yeah.
It was, which is over at the fashion show now. So the place that's below there is a good restaurant. I mean, like really good. And we were there, and we're like, this is fantastic. Well, I'm going to recommend this. And we get the bill, and I'm like, the bill is this, and the drinks with this. I usually separate them.
Sales tax.
Yep, that's good sales tax. Fantastic. And then what's that called?
CNF fee.
CNF fee. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was 5%. Basically, it's a...
Right. Not a gratuity.
No.
Not paid to your server.
No.
No. Not
Here you go.
Doesn't go to the cook in the back to appreciate him.
Doesn't go to anybody. Well, it goes to Caesar's. I was like, what is this? So I asked the waiter, I'm like, excuse me, kind sir, just a question, maybe you might help me. What the fuck is this?
Did I order the CNF? Is that Crown and
Crown and Fanta?
Right. Yeah.
I'll have a Crown and Fanta. Do you want that with the orange? Yeah, the orange Fanta. Give me the Crown and Fanta. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's and he stumbled and around. I thought to myself, you You fucks. Are you kidding?
There's about 5 or 6 of those places now.
All there.
Yeah.
So all those places, Beer House, the place below, all those do that. Do all Caesar's properties do that?
No.
It's just as ones that are on the Strip, I think.
Correct.
Yeah. So guess what?
And that's
Fuck
not
that.
hold on, let's time out. Let's be fair. That's not a Caesar's fee. All those places are leased outlets. So that is them just
being a dick.
Exactly.
So that's not a Caesar's.
That's not a Caesar's fee.
Caesar's naughty fuck fee. CNF.
Well, right. Or Caesar's is fucking us maybe on the rent.
Now we know what CNF stands for.
Because
Caesar's
typically, I don't know if you knew this, but most of those deals down there, it's rent plus percentage.
Yeah.
So they have to pay a percentage of their sales. To in addition to a flat rent fee plus utilities.
Crazy. So that pissed me off. This is like 2 years ago I saw this, and I haven't been anywhere near. By the way, I've had those guys reach out to me. Hey, we're doing this thing at the beer park. Why don't you come by? Fuck off. I am not coming to this thing until you stop this CNF. What the fuck? Okay. So that's it. That's our list for fantastic outdoor places. Please go. And if you do go, my recommendation is invite your buddy Scott to have a drink on you. All right, it's time for Have a Drink on Me. It's part of the show where I show you a picture of a bar or a speakeasy or a lounge, but never actually it was a lounge that we don't go to. And you guess it. You send an email to, where do they send that email to?
Have a drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com.
Yeah, let me go and put that up there. Why don't we do that? Stand by. There it is. Have a drink at Vegas Video Network. So you send your guests to us. And there are a number of things that you can win, and there are a number of ways to win. Which should we do first?
Let's do the number of ways.
Let's do that. 5 ways to win. Ready?
Yep.
Correct entry?
Yep.
If you submit an entry and you're in the live chat at the same time, you get another entry. If you send a video or photo guess, you get another entry. If you are the first correct entry, you get another entry. And if you provide an intro video to the whole show, you get 5. 5 times you can get yourself in the hat. How many? The most we've ever had at one time, I think, was 4.
Wow.
Which is fantastic. We get a lot of 3s. Now, what can you win? Yeah, that's a reasonable question. Let's talk about that, shall we?
Yep.
You can win some pretty fantastic stuff. Why don't you tell them what they can win?
Pool season's coming up, but you know what that means. Sun and shade and drinks. And what better way to be ready and to just look your absolute sexiest than in this Vegas Video Network visor. You might even go home and change your screen name to Nipple Twister 126 because obviously the first 125 are taken.
Me.
But you're going to feel that confident and comfortable in your new Vegas Video Network visor.
By the way, they've come in, so we're shipping them out. You're welcome.
You know what else is sexy?
I do.
The dulcet tones of smooth jazz and Christmas music playing over your home, maybe Amazon Echo, maybe your Sonos system. Hell, maybe you just put your iPhone on and crank that volume up because you're smart. You've got the iOS system at home. So you can just crank through there some Crisp Acoustic 2, some Get Jazzathon, and just let all your cares and worries go away. Maybe find yourself a special someone. Turn the lights down low and the music on up.
I've had people get married to our music, to my music. It's true.
Have you ever performed live at a wedding?
Many times. As a matter of fact, I had a gig where they heard that, and they hired me because of that, and they asked me to play a song called The White Linen. And their wedding.
Very good. Finally, did you see somewhere that you liked maybe on this segment we just did? Would you like to perhaps visit there with Scott Whitney? Well, he can make all those dreams come true because what you can do is you can take your winning entry and you can parlay it into a drink with Scott Whitney. Now, a couple of terms apply. Let's be honest. First off, let's be reasonable, folks. Let's keep the drink tally to 1.
We're not going to the Dorsey.
And let's also not go to places with CNF charges, such as Deer Park or Cabo Wabo Cantina at Planet Hollywood and Rum Bar at the Mirage.
No.
You're killing me, small.
Stop. Everything stops. I take all that shit back. I'm sorry. I lied to you. I will go back, and if that's there, we're done. God. Thanks for crushing the dreams of many people out there, Wayne. How about you just reporting the news, and that's all that matters. Okay. Okay, so that was fun. Okay. I thought it was just Caesar's properties.
No, I pulled up an article.
Neat.
Yeah.
So here's the other good news. Wow, my head is exploding because that bad news just was plopped on my lap. If you win and you say, Scott, I like my visor. I like my visors like I like my men. Or my heart. Black, like my heart. Or red, like my heart. I got both. And they're shipping right now. You take a picture, you put this thing on your head.
About time those Malaysian kids got to work.
Right. And you take a picture, you send it in the picture, and we look at it and we go, holy crap, that person's magical. That person is like a god. Well, a god? What kind of god, Scott? Well, he's a part of the galaxy of God. There's Gregor and Bill and Mr. Testy. And then there's Stephen and Michael and Robert and Rosie and Michael 2 times and Scott. And then there's more. How about Binky and Bub and Alan and Aaron, who are nudist, and Bob and his wife, and Danny and Shannon and Craig and Glenn and Jimmy 2Gs, and then there's Rob, and then there's Ken and Stuart and Christina, whose all babies are because of my music, and Don and Jackie and Mike. Oh wait, stop it. Let's get Mike up there. And a gunshot. And Pops and Sandy and Carol and a dog and Chris and Brett's dad and your buddy Scott. Is there more? Of course there is. How about Wayne, who is handsome and has a new house, but we can't visit him because of guards. And our good bloody Brett. All right, that's it. Okay. 19 out of 20 correct answers from actually we got 20 out of 20, but one person misbehaved. One person.
I mean, as we know, you're the
rules.
final arbitrator
That's damn right.
as it comes to all rules and interpretations.
That's right. Let's take a look at last week's Have a Drink on Me. And the winner, or the actual answer, was Alto beer at Caesars. Alto beer bar. Alto bar. Used to be the Seahorse.
Where
broke
we
my heart.
saw the most intoxicated,
the drunkest person
Asian
we have
lady
ever seen. Asian?
Yeah.
How about the drunkest person
That's true.
ever I have ever seen?
She was literally a jellyfish.
She was lifted in to the property from outside.
Right.
They poured her in a corner. People were around her like her boyfriend's like,
Right.
He did a lot of this.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is not going to go well. His mom's going to kick. And then they picked her up and she...
Yep.
It's like, oh my God, man, she's... And they carried her away. Security came in and they did a lot of this. Does anybody see this? We all see this. It's the drunkest person in Vegas. Congratulations, you have the drunkest person in Vegas. All right.
To be fair, it needed some refurbishment. I don't know if I would have totally ditched the seahorses because I'm old-fashioned like that, but
it was a little tired.
It was dated.
It was,
yeah.
Yes, but seahorse.
Yep.
You don't normally fuck with seahorses. Seahorses are important. The men carry the
They're
babies.
biters. Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I just made that up.
Apparently, seahorses are combat animals. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here. Like I said, we have 19 out of 20. Actually, got 20 out of 20, but somebody misbehaved. We'll talk about that in a moment. Let's begin.
Shall we?
Yes. Stand by. Let's do this. Should we do that? Oh, that's nice. Here we go. Number 1, Mr. Testy. 1 for the correct answer, 1 for the first correct answer, and 1 for being in the live chat. That's a triple.
Wow.
Right out of the bat. Triple. Next up, we got Dan Jagger. 1 for the correct answer, 1 for being in the live chat. Alrighty, the first 2 people doubled or tripled their opportunities. That's pretty cool. Monica Fagan, 1 for the correct answer. We've got Don Afrorki, 1 for the correct answer. Don is also, I believe, in the live chat. Yep. Okay, Don Florky, there he is. Very good. Eric Ace of Bats, 1 for the correct answer. And the hits keep on coming. Who's your daddy? 1 for the correct answer, 1 for being in the live chat.
Oh, I haven't seen him tonight.
I see him right there. Pretty cool. And wait, another one in the live chat, Frank Colburn, also known as Frank MN, who likes my Minnesota accent. Frank Amen, one for the correct answer, one for being in the live chat. Way to go to Frankie. 1 and a 2. And then we have Bill Straight. Oh, he won last week. Last show. Who's that?
That was Frank.
Okay, good. But Bill tried to get in again. Now, I met Bill last week at the party I threw for live streamers. He was a very nice guy. He got a Good Jazzathon CD, but he's greedy. And had I known he was greedy, I would not have given his CD. So this is me taking off your epaulets. I'm ripping them off your uniform, Bill.
Wow, I don't even know what those are.
Bam, epaulets. This thing's here.
Oh.
It's a very bad thing to do to somebody in the military. Okay, moving forward. Neil Mitchell, my good friend from the UK. One for the correct answer. We continue. Bill 98036. Is he in there? I don't see him in there right now. Nope. One for the correct answer. We've got FaZe Jitter. He is in there. One for the correct answer. FaZe Jitter, one for being in the live chat. We've also got Kid Dakota, often in the live chat, but not there today. Continue to enjoy the network and really need a drink. Barney, who says he loves the show.
Well, and of course, we love him.
We do love Barney.
He loves us.
Everybody loves something. I've heard that Purple song before. Not the Purple song. Purple Rain. Andy in New Hampshire. We've got Mike Jizrizki. He's a proud member of the Galaxy of Gods. And by the way, I think Mike might be... No, he wasn't. Oh, there he is. Is that Shizweski? Yeah. Is that Mike? Mike Shizweski's on the live chat? Is that you? Fuck, it is you now. We're going to give it to you anyways. What the hell? Mike G. Just put him in there.
G?
Mike G. Just do that.
As in G.
G as in go. We've got Mike Beatty. Boink. We've got Bob Thomas from St. Augustine, Florida. We've got Terry Ridge, who's also known as Huron Designer, which is in the live chat. One for the correct answer. And he's also freezing in South Dakota. Of course he is. One for the correct answer. One for being in the live chat. Finally, we've got Pops. And Pops has this to say to you. By the way, Pops did not like this week's Have a Drink on Me. Let's begin.
Hey kids, this week's correct Haddam answer is the Alto bar at Caesar's Palace. It's a beautiful place, and it has beautiful sky-high prices, like $8 for Miller Lite. They got a $100 bottle of red wine. It's not my kind of place, man. What can I say? A lot of times I try to be real supportive and go, hey,
trying to lift you, Pops.
No.
Not having it. Pops has lost his fucking mind.
Nope.
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 See ya.
Pop's a little subdued. Pops also sent us War and Peace as an email.
This week's correct Haddam answer, dear Scott and Wayne, is Alto Bar.
Correct.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Give Tommy well, Scott. Our upcoming April 29th gig at the Jacksonville Landing is a big enough deal that just advertising it has gotten the phone ringing and dates booked at other venues in the area. Not wanting to go blundering badly about, our frontman and I saw the band that includes some old friends in the lineup had this past Friday night's Landing gig. Punctuation, Pops. So we went to watch and maybe get introduced to the sound guy, find out where the artist parking is, where we load in and such. I remember my LiLV training. Since it was Jacksonville, not Vegas, I pulled a slightly cheaper version of the $20 handshake by introducing myself to the sound engineer and handing him my card with a neatly folded 10 spot underneath. Damn, the guy lit up like it was Christmas and we suddenly had the keys to the kingdom. Hell, the guy's wife took us on a tour, showed us the loading dock and cart storage, dressing rooms, introduced us to the security guys, and filled us in on everything we needed to know to just come in, set up, and do the job like pros. Before the night was over, the band on stage was taking pictures off the back of the stage and of all the assorted musicians hanging out along the Riverwalk, being all critical and stuff. Then security let the backstage party have access to the closed-off third-story deck overlooking the stage and went back to guarding the steps as if our bunch of ragtag local bar band musicians were some sort of VIPs. It was a hoot, and like I said, since it's Jacksonville, not Vegas, it only took $10 to pull off an amazing $20 handshake. My front man was impressed. I told him I learned it from you and explained how to do it anywhere there is a chance of positive results. He said he was planning to tip the sound guy at the gig. I told him I was going to double what I tipped him this time, since as we started to mic my drums with his mics. After seeing what $10 bought, it will be $20 more well spent. This guy is going to make me sound good.
Boom.
See, watch LiLV and learn some handy shit. Thanks, Pops.
Thank you, Pops. I got a really nice email right before the show that also spoke about the $20 tip. We will read that email on a subsequent program. So you got those guys in there? Ready? Okay, here we go. Go Knights. They have started.
They have 0-0. 12:40 left in the first.
Very good. Whoops. Easy people. Oh, shit. People are falling out. Oh, I'm sorry. Stand by. La-da-dee. You ready?
I've always been ready.
Go, baby, go. The winner is?
And the winner, the envelope, please.
Please.
The Oscar goes to a bonus entrant.
Oh, I love that. The power
Ladies and gentlemen,
of bonusness.
From the fabulous Flying Florkeys.
It's Don Florkey, everybody! Well done, Don. And that is the bonus entry. That's what's pretty fascinating. So you win yourself a Have a Drink on Me drink, or a visor, or some dulcet tones,
right,
as you put it. Okay, let's look at this week's Have a Drink on Me. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. A little changing up today.
Okay.
Gonna do something a little bit different. How many Have a Drink on Me entries have we done? Over 100.
Right.
Here's what today's Have a Drink on Me is. You get to guess how many entries have we received over the course of this show. How many Have a Drink on Me entries have we received since we started doing this? We've done 100 episodes that had these. How many entries have we received? Not how many winners, which would be 100-ish. How many winners or how many entries without going over? The person who is closest, right, very much. The person who's closest to the real number without going over will be the winner of this week's Have a Drink on Me.
And
again.
Now you're counting single people, not all this bonus 3 times, 4 times, 5 times.
No, the actual single people. Great question. Just the people, the entries, the emails that we've received. How many emails have I received? By the way, if you follow me on Facebook, I've answered this question a couple times. But if you haven't followed me, just guess. How many have we received over the course of a number of years? We've done over 100 of these guys. How many Have a Drink on Me entries have we done or have we received over the course of the show? Send your entries into Have a Drink. Stand by. Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. I wish you guys well. When I came up with this idea, I was super happy with myself. I'm like, oh, that's a great question.
Well, I mean,
because
every day you're super happy with yourself.
Super happy, but like even super happier. Okay, you know what? Hell, we're just about done. Anything you want to say? How's the new house? Good?
Fantastic.
We'll get into that more at a subsequent show.
Yeah.
But, okay, let's...
You're still not allowed past security, just so you know.
Yeah, I know. I do have a picture of me. Oh, are you Mr. Whitney? We're going to ask you to step aside. We're going to do a full body check. Again? I love those. All right. Well, thank everybody for playing along. If you want to send us an email, and we'll read your emails eventually, send it to onairq@livinginlv.com. Again, onairq@livinginlv.com. You know you can send us voicemail. You have a lovely singing voice. We like to hear you. Go to our Vegas Video Network website, click on that little orange tab on the side, and then a little box pops up. And because you have a microphone attached to your computer, guess what you can do? You can send us a voicemail. It's like magic. Hey, we're on all the social media, guys. Plus, we're on iTunes. By the way, if you're watching us or listening to us, give us a 5-star review. Why wouldn't you? We love you. And Nipple Twist 125 will appreciate that as well. YouTube, give us a thumbs up or whatever you call it and share us with your friends. We're on Roku, 73,000 accounts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Chromecast, Apple, Google Fire TV, Google Play, and of course, the Vegas Video Network website. I'm your buddy Scott. That there, there's that music again, is your good buddy Wayne. We want to thank you all for playing along, and we'll see you guys next week on the Vegas Video Network's Living in Las Vegas podcast. Take care, everybody. Take it.